This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim pass the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Happy New Year's, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year from the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, as they bring in the new year the right way with a big win over the Utah Jazz. If you want to call it a big win, it's a big win because it's the 9th straight win by the Knicks. I see someone in the chat say, Ralph Unreal said, the Jazz aren't that good. Doesn't matter. The Knicks won the game by 16. Jazz kept it close, but then the Knicks pulled away in the fourth quarter as a better team would and should do. Doesn't matter, Ralph, that the Jazz aren't that good of a team. The Knicks won, and they won their 9th straight. That's what matters right now. Now, their next game is a challenge, without a doubt, against the OKC Thunder. But let's talk about this one right here. The Knicks get dominant performances from Karl Anthony Towns, from Josh Hart, from OG Anunoby. Right? Karl Anthony Towns with another, a 30-20 game. Another 30-20 game from Karl Anthony Towns. Josh Hart with his second triple-double in a row. May have a chance to, he's already in the record books for the Knicks with 2 in a row. May have a chance to get up there with 3 in a row. The Knicks are doing some really good things, ladies and gentlemen, and they start the new year right. So happy New Year to everybody. The coolest, happy New Year to you. Johnny Dangerously, happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Brunson did not play tonight. Deuce did not play tonight. So Cam played in his stead. Tyler Coley played instead of Deuce tonight. Cam with a good performance. Starting for Jalen Brunson. 9 assists from Cam Payne tonight. 8 points, 9 assists from Cam Payne tonight. So, that's a good showing. But the Knicks are playing really, really good basketball on both ends of the floor. And I know they've played subpar teams. But those are the teams that you work out the kinks against. That's what the Knicks are doing right now. They're working out the kinks, their offense and their defense. They were able to win without one of their all-stars and a pivotal bench piece. You know what I mean? After going to D.C., taking over the arena, and they come back. And listen, I'll say this. The Utah Jazz are a team that over the years, as the Knicks have been getting better and better and better, over the years, the Knicks have had trouble with the Utah Jazz. Whether it be matchups, whatever it is, they've had some trouble with the Utah Jazz. You know? The Knicks lost to them earlier this year when they were playing up and down basketball. So, to get the win, I'm cool. I'm good. Even though they're not a good basketball team. And I think this was their 5th straight loss. I take it. You know what I mean? Because it's a team that we historically, just for whatever reason, has struggled against. But this is a different New York Knicks team than we've seen in a while. It's a different team. They're playing with confidence. They're playing like they can beat anybody in the NBA, and they can beat anybody in the NBA. They can also lose to anyone in the NBA, but they can beat anybody in the NBA. And they're playing like they know it. They're playing with a purpose. They're playing with some tenacity. They're playing together. They're playing with chemistry. And ladies and gentlemen, they haven't even gotten started yet. Haven't even gotten started. You know, this is just the beginning of this particular team. And there's still things that need to be added, but this is the beginning of this team. You know, so this is a nice win, in my opinion, by the Knicks. You know, you win by 16, you win by double digits. You do what you're supposed to do against the Utah Jazz. And, you know, you have key pieces step up and play when you have guys like Jalen Brunson and Deuce out. Neither one of them have serious injuries. Rest as we get ready for OKC. And guys stepped up and handled business. Let's take a look at the box score for tonight's game. The Knicks were led in scoring by Karl Anthony Towns. 31 points, 21 rebounds by Cat. Shot 50% from the field. He shot 50% from the three-point line. 4 assists for Cat. Listen, Karl Anthony Towns is playing at an MVP level. We all know it. I didn't expect it. You know, when Karl Anthony Towns was traded to the Knicks, one of the questions that I had was, does he make us that much better than Julius Randle did? The definitive answer is yes. I wasn't sure at the time. Not gonna lie, I wasn't sure. But the definitive answer is yes. He's clearly making the Knicks this much better than they were with Julius Randle. He rebounds the ball better. He's a smarter basketball player. He's a less selfish basketball player. Sometimes, you know, in the beginning of the season, we wanted him to be more selfish. He's a better shooter. He has way more to his arsenal than Julius Randle did. You know, his mindset is better. Right? So he's definitely added to, he's made this team, you know, on the verge of being a contender. I'm not going to say they are yet, because I still think there's some things that they need. Definitely an Eastern Conference contender. And maybe by the end of the season, a championship contender. You know, I still think, you know, our bench needs to get a little bit stronger, and I want to continue to see the defense get better. Right? But Karl Anthony Towns, man, he's an MVP. He's an all-NBA guy, without a doubt, this year. There's no way anyone can tell me any different. And if he doesn't get chosen as an all-NBA player this year, there is something wrong with the NBA. You know, the guy's playing in another stratosphere for the Knicks. You know, he stepped his game up, and the team is stepping their game up. The players are stepping their games up. Mikal Bridges, 27 points tonight. And by the way, you can get those Mikal Bridges, the Warden t-shirts and hoodies. The link is in the description of the video. And by golly me, it's also, it's not there yet. It's about to be at the top of your YouTube chat. All right, so you can go get those. But 27 points for Mikal Bridges. 22 points for OG Anunoby. 22 points and 3 rebounds for OG Anunoby. And for Josh Hart, 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 12 assists. You know, everybody's stepping in with 2 key guys out to produce. Campaign, 8 points, 9 assists, 3 steals. Played 35 minutes tonight. Stepping in to produce. Next man up. Precious Achiuwa tonight. 12 points, 3 rebounds. Landry played 11 minutes, 2 points. Tyler Kolek played 12 minutes, 2 points. I tell you what, I still think the Knicks need something on the bench. But when you see guys step up and play and contribute to a win, although over the Utah Jazz, team that's not that good, you know, you hope that the bench will develop into to be stronger, because I don't know what the Knicks will be able to add this year. So we may just be rocking with these guys. You know what I mean? And so now it's going to be time. This is when Tom Thibodeau has to be able to understand the matchups and who off the bench is really going to be able to produce on that given night. You know, hopefully Shamet is going to get a little bit more comfortable, start to produce a little bit more. That's what he was brought here for. And obviously, Campaign is going to go back to the bench when Jalen Brunson returns to the lineup, and Deuce, when he returns to the lineup, Cole could go back to, not playing, and Deuce would be out there on the floor. Regardless of what people say, I believe Tom Thibodeau does a good job of keeping these guys ready. So, you know what I mean? Kevin, you said it's hard to see how the bench would do if Tibbs don't play him. Listen, Kolik's not playing. Sorry. He's not playing. He's not playing. You know what I mean? Campaign in 35 minutes, he gave you 8 points and 9 assists. Admirable. You know what I mean? I don't think that means he's going to be getting 25 minutes a game. He's going to get his regular 15 minutes. And I think that's good. You know what I mean? I just don't think we have the bench that people think we do. I mean, that's just my opinion of it. I don't think we have the bench that people think we do. But the Knicks are winning basketball games. As long as the Knicks are winning basketball games, I like the philosophy. The philosophy is working. Now, when we play OKC, let's see what happens. Jalen Brunson should be rested. Deuce, he's going to be rested some. Non-threatening injuries for both of those guys. We'll see what happens. We'll talk about OKC a little bit later, because that's going to be, that's one of the top, right now, one of the top 2 teams in the league. The Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, are 4th in the league record-wise. Half game behind the Boston Celtics. 9 in a row.
Yep.
19 of their last 23 games.
Yes.
Spree, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
Happy New Year, Sam.
Happy New Year, bro.
I'm feeling good, man. That was a good win.
Yeah.
Feels good. I don't understand. Why did people say Cat was soft? I'm not seeing a soft player at all.
No, we're not seeing that at all. He's tough. And I wasn't sure how tough he was either. And I ain't gonna lie to you.
Look, now that we watch him every single day, I didn't realize he was this great of a rebounder.
Mm.
He's snatching. What is he leading the NBA in rebounds still?
He's
got to be up there.
It's got to be up there.
Yeah. So I'm all respect to him, and the only thing I get nervous about with him, Sim, is when those hard line drives he takes to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
I do get a little nervous that sometimes he falls. I don't know. Do you feel that or no?
No, I don't. I'm not.
You're okay?
I'm not nervous about it. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah. I just want to keep him healthy.
Yeah. Because we're not very deep, it's important for our guys to stay healthy. That's for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To me, Towns, he's just playing beautiful basketball. He's unself. He can pass. Willing passer. I appreciate that. Hard has been unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the way the ball is moving.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's selfish on the team. We can play defense without Brunson. And look, I'm giving credit to Brunson. Brunson's assists are up this year.
They are.
He's passing the ball.
He's 7, almost 8 assists per game.
So I feel good, man. I knew Mikal would get it going. Mikal's talent. We're in a good spot.
We're in a really good spot. And, Mikal has, the team as well as Mikal has just found some rhythm and, where he's going to get his shots from, and so now he's comfortable. When he catches the ball in certain positions, he's comfortable to shoot it. And he's shooting it comfortably. He's shooting the three comfortably, shooting the mid-range comfortably, that little fadeaway mid-range, shooting it comfortably. You know what I mean? He's everyone's comfortable with each other right now.
Yeah, so I mean, OKC will be a good test. See where we're at, and you just keep it going. I don't really have any complaints at all, I really don't have any complaints, and it's hard for me to nitpick what I'm watching right now.
Yeah, it is hard to nitpick. No team is perfect, so there's something out there, and it'll get exposed when we play. Throughout the season, something will get exposed. And then the team has to fix it, right? And then something else will get exposed, and then the team has to fix it. That's how the season goes. Some things will get exposed at some point. We're 12-2 in December. We played some subpar teams. I don't hold that against the Knicks. You play who's on your schedule. And when you play subpar teams, you're supposed to go on 9-game win streaks. That's what you're supposed to do. Right? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go on win streaks when you play bad teams. You're supposed to go 12-2 when you play bad teams, and that's what they're doing. Now, the challenge is when you start to play better teams, can you keep, I'm not going to say the same win percentage, but can you keep a very good win percentage when you start to play better teams? Right? That's where the challenge is. Now, early in the season, the Knicks were like 4-5 or something to begin the season, and they played some tough teams in the beginning of the season. Now we've got it. Now, we're a better team now. We got more chemistry. We found a better rhythm. Our offense is definitely there. We're working on the defense. Can we continue this level of play when we play better teams? And we'll find that out. We'll find that out.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm feeling good. Like I wanted to just come in really quick and just tell you I'm feeling great about where we are.
Mm-hmm.
We owe OKC. Last year they got us at the Garden. We should have won that game. I mean, Shea hit a great shot. I give him credit, but OKC is a great team. I'm not taking anything away from that team. Let's see where we stack up. It's just great. You got Jalen some rest. I don't know what's. Hopefully Deuce is okay. I don't know what Deuce is going through, but. This season is about the team, individual. I don't really care about numbers. It's just about winning, man. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going there. Appreciate it, Spree.
All right, Sim.
All right.
Peace.
All right, peace. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. And I did see in the chat, I think it was Kevin said it's hard, to point things out because we're winning, and that you still think we need to play the bench more. Personally, I just don't think we have as deep of a bench as people believe we do. That's just me. I don't think we have that deep of a bench. There will be nights when Cam plays well. There'll be nights where he just plays what his average is. I think that, as I'll say, there's a reason that some of these guys have been vagabonds around the league. But we'll see how things go. And we'll see if the Knicks, we'll see how the bench produces when we really start to play some tough teams because they're coming up. They're coming up. And I'm pretty sure Leon Rose, Tom Thibodeau knows what he wants, knows the type of player that he wants, and has probably already spoke to Leon Rose, and Leon Rose let him know, can we get these type of guys or not? I think the Knicks are going to be rocking with this bench for the season, and we don't get any bench help, better bench help until the offseason. So, we got to figure out, how we make things work, and it's going to come down to good strategy and utilizing your bench players the best way they can. I'm counting on Landry Shamet to, at some point, really get into the groove. He's just getting here. He's just getting here. So I'm counting on him to get into the groove. I'm not saying he's like gonna give you 15 points a game, but start getting up to 8, 7, 8, 9 points per game, something like that. And that'll give a big boost to the bench, I think. We got to give him some time to get in the flow. Just the same way Mikal Bridges had to get into the flow, I think Landry needs to get into the flow the same way. You know what I mean? So, I'm not mad about anything with this team. I'm not mad about anything right now. Mino B said, Shamit's looking like he can give us 15 a game, to be honest. Well, I don't know. Let's give him some time to get acclimated and then, see where we are. You give him 10 more games and see what happens. Give him 10 more games. JJ says, salute, Sim. Is Towns the MVP? He's definitely in the MVP running, in my opinion. He should be. He should be. The Knicks are 14 games above 500, miles ahead of where they were last year or with Julius Randle, right? The Knicks are that much of a better team. Now, of course, you have the addition of Mikal Bridges to the team as well, but we also have the subtraction of Dante DiVincenzo, who went in that trade. So the Knicks are better with Karl Anthony Towns, and they're this much better because of Karl Anthony Towns and the type of production that he's given the team. He's got to be in the running for MVP. It's got to be. It's got to be. There's just no, he's got to be. You know what I mean? And I think all of us would be disappointed if he's not. You know what I mean? If he's not. Will he win it? That's another thing altogether. But to me, he should be top 2, top 3. Top 2, top 3. But the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, disposed of the Utah Jazz. It was a tough game early, but they ran away with it late in the game. Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart really carried this basketball team. And Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, OG, and Mikal Bridges, they all carried the team. These guys all, on a night when Jalen Brunson was out, these guys really carried the load. Josh Hart with a triple-double, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists. Mikal Bridges, 27 points, 1 rebound. OG Anunoby, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Karl Anthony Towns, ladies and gentlemen, 31 points, 21 rebounds, 4 assists. Then you have Precious, giving me 12 points, 3 rebounds. Campaign, 8 points, 9 assists. The Knicks give you a total of 31 assists tonight. For the Utah Jazz, ladies and gentlemen, they were led in scoring by Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton. Both had 25 points on the night. Right? Lauri Markkanen, 16 points. Keontae George, 15 points. Johnny Juzang had 10 points on the night. All right, Lauri Markkanen also had 10 rebounds. The Jazz just didn't have enough. The Jazz are a team that it's so crazy how a team can go from being a Western Conference contender when they had Donovan Mitchell to one player being gone and the entire team is now where they are. It's crazy how that happens in the NBA. But it does. It's crazy, but it does. The Utah Jazz were they were a tough team a few years ago. Now they're in straight up rebuild mode. And fledgling. That's the word you want to use. That I want to use, I guess. Silk, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
What up, Sam? What's going on?
I'm chilling, man. Doing good. Feel good. The Knicks on a 9-game win streak.
Yeah, when I saw Brunson out and Deuce out, I was getting hot flashes, brother. I was sweating.
A little nervous. I don't blame you.
OG said, Lauri Markkanen, you scored 30 on me in Utah. You ain't scoring that on me tonight.
Yeah.
OG had his mode like, nah, you ain't doing that to me tonight.
Yeah.
He shot Lauri Markkanen pretty much down.
Yeah, Lauri Markkanen, 16 points, 10 rebounds tonight. Shot 27% from the floor. 1% from the three-point line. He was 1 for
OG
10 for
shut
the
that
three-point
down. But somebody got to teach Cat how to drive and not be out of control when he lands. That brother's making me nervous with these out of control running to the stands. That headshot made me. I like, oh nah, come on. I worry about that. That's the only thing I worry about. Cat. Everything with Cat, I love.
You worried
but
about
that,
it?
when he drives to the hole,
okay. I'm not that worried about it. I think, like he's a guy that has good balance. Like Mitch, I'd be worried. Like Mitch falls all the time, but Mitch doesn't have good balance. You know what I'm saying? Mitch has never been, in my opinion, very coordinated. Cat is coordinated, has good footwork. So I think when he lands, like to us, it might look out of control, but I think he has good body control. And so he
had that
understands.
Knee injury. He had that knee injury, Sam, that he was out for a year.
I get it.
I worry about that when he lands funny on one leg.
You know, but I just think he has good body control. Guys who, to me, who have good body control, you know, they have good balance, and you know, to other people it might look scary, but they're under control. That's what I
got a question for you, Sam. I'm gonna ask you a question.
All right.
Now you heard what iHeart said about Brunson, right?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
They had some kind of interview, and he said that Brunson needed him to score with a pick and roll, while SGA does it on his own. So SGA is a better ball player than Brunson. Now I'm worried that because Brunson hurt, you know, Brunson, he may not act like he hears stuff, but he hears stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He got this calf injury. I'm worried that he might try to come back for this OKC game to prove a point.
I don't think so. I think with this team, I don't think this team is into proving individual points. I don't think this team has. I don't think that's what motivates this team. I think these guys are ready to just ball and they just play and they play together. And, you know, whatever numbers come out when they play is what comes out. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I see with this particular basketball team. So I don't think he's going to come out and prove a point. Who's he proving it to? iHeart?
Yeah. They say, yo, stop talking about me. You know how Brunson got that little dog in him? Yo,
yeah.
When people doubt him, he comes out like, I'm going to shut you up. Remember who I am. He got that little dog in him. Brunson.
Yeah, I mean, like,
he got
maybe,
a little pit bull.
You know, maybe he'll go at iHeart a couple of times, but I don't think he'll try to, you know, like hijack the game.
No, my word is if he ain't ready to play, will he try to force himself into this game? Do you think he's going to play on Friday?
Oh, yeah, he's playing on Friday. I think that's the whole reason.
Injury.
That's the reason he sat out tonight, to get some rest to play on Friday.
I don't trust calf. Durant got me nervous with calf injuries. When I hear calf, I'm like, give him a week. When I hear calf injuries, Durant, I get nervous with guys who got calf injuries.
I feel you.
Come back fast.
Yeah, I feel you. I think he probably could have played tonight. You know, maybe it was sore or whatever. I think he plays.
Okay.
I think he plays on Friday. You know, Friday's a barometer game for the Knicks.
Definitely.
Right? It's a barometer game. Where are we really? You know, are we one of the top? Well, our record says we're one of the top 4 teams. You know what I'm saying? But are we?
These are the two longest. These are the two longest streaks in the NBA right now.
Exactly.
They got 12 and we got 9. So somebody's streak gonna get broke.
Somebody's streak is getting broke on Friday. That's without a doubt. Somebody's streak is getting broke. Hopefully, it's not ours.
Nah, I know we get up for the big games, but we gonna see, sir. I'll holler back to you after that was you on.
Right. Yeah, 12-game win streak by the OKC Thunder, man. Knicks on a 9-game win streak. 2 of the hottest teams in the league. The 2 hottest teams. I mean, the Cavaliers are hot too. They've won 8 in a row, but you know, if you're talking about streaks, you know, they got the 2 longest streaks in the league right now.
And I could have sworn that Cleveland was going to lose at least one of these games in this West Coast trip. They beat all 4 teams. Like, they ain't losing.
Yeah, Cleveland is tough.
But
Cleveland is
they
tough.
regular season. I ain't worried about them.
But I think we could beat them.
When we get Mitch back, it's like Freddie Krueger to them. They're gonna be shook. That's all. I ain't worried
Okay.
about
All right. Yeah, I mean, we gotta worry about OKC right now on Friday.
But son, don't you think it's weird? We haven't played Cleveland or Boston only once the whole first half of the season.
Uh-huh.
We're like top three. We play everybody else. We play Orlando like 20 times a week. But we played Boston and Cleveland only once as a test.
Yeah. I mean, the NBA is smart. You know what I mean? They're saving, these matchups till later on in the season, especially the Boston matchups with the Knicks when, playoff positioning could be on the line. They want those TV ratings.
And you see what they're doing with the home and home? You're not going home to one state and home to the other state. They're making them play home and home in one state.
Yeah.
Washington, New York and New York. They're making the team play. They're not making them travel like that, like they used to.
Yeah, I mean, that's good on the players, right? It's good on the players because instead of, you get to, you spend one weekend in one city, so now you're a little bit fresher, especially for the second game. You're a little bit fresher, so I'm okay with that.
But if you got a good home court advantage in that state, that's not a good thing. Now you got two games in that other, like Indiana Pacers is good at home. I don't want to be playing Indiana back to back in Indiana or something like that, or Miami.
Yeah.
Well, Miami's in New York town. I can't say Miami. Miami is baby New York. But I'm saying something like that.
But
you say we got home and home against Boston. We got to play both games in Boston.
I feel you, but you know what? If you are a team that wants to be, you want to be a championship team, you got to go to those towns and win.
True.
And
the Knicks this year pretty good at home. They pretty good on the road. They've been holding it on the road. The first month was kind of shaky, but after that, they've been doing their home thing on the road.
Yeah,
so.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go to those towns, win, take care of business, and boom. So it's just what they got to do.
I hear you, brother.
This team.
But I catch you if you on after the OKC, I'll be on here Friday night.
Yeah, no doubt.
Friday night.
I'm gonna be on the road. So I don't know how I'm trying to figure it out. I might have to do it the next day. Because I'm gonna be on the road on Friday night. I'll be watching the game for sure, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I've been away for a minute, but we both come back and forth.
Yeah,
I'll holler at you.
All right, no doubt. Appreciate you, Silk. Peace.
All right, sir. One.
Yeah. It's been a different season for me, ladies and gentlemen, because I've had to spend a lot of time on the road over the past 6 months. You know what I mean? So, sometimes I'm on the road while the Knicks are playing, and it's sometimes hard for me to stop and do a show. So I'm doing what I can to make sure that I, get shows out there and come talk to everybody and stuff like that. I'm doing what I can, but that's how life works sometimes. What can I say? The Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, 31 assists tonight, right? And it's been what the Knicks have been doing all season long, right? 12 assists from Josh Hart, 9 from Cam Payne, 4 from Tyler Kolek. 31 assists on the night. The Knicks end up winning. They were losing the rebound battle in this game. They end up winning the rebound battle 53-52. 10 steals for the Knicks, 6 blocks, 13 turnovers for the Knicks tonight. They shot 55% from the field and 39% from the three-point line. They held the Utah Jazz to 40% shooting from the field and 30% shooting from the three-point line. Knicks dominate the points in the paint, 70-54. Second chance points, 13-3 for the Knicks. Fast break points, ladies and gentlemen. 34 fast break points for the New York Knicks. 34-8. Listen, things are just rounding into shape. You're seeing different parts of this Knicks team and different parts of their game. Different players showing the ability to step up. This is the type of team that we've wanted. I just want us to be satisfied with this team right here. Not sad. I don't want to say satisfied. I want us to be happy with what we're seeing and continue to watch their growth. When we win the championship, we'll be satisfied. You know what I mean? Trey, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, Sam? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, bro. How you feeling?
Man, feeling really good, man. I just came off the treadmill, man.
Okay.
Checking out some of your post-game content. So all's good. Knicks had a really good win tonight. I thought, seeing Cole get out there, get some minutes, and some time was pretty good. But I think you guys are right about resting Brunson. I think, resting him for this one and getting him ready for the big one, which is a litmus test against OKC. I think that was a good idea for the Knicks to do that. And prayers out to Deuce with the hamstring. Hopefully, it's not a serious thing where he's kept out longer. I know hamstrings can be very tricky, and most athletes tend to miss weeks for that kind of thing. So hopefully he'll be all right.
Hamstrings ain't no joke. I think on the telecast they said both guys should be good. But you're right. Hamstrings can definitely be tricky. And they can take some time to heal.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, just wanted to holler at you, man. I know it's been a minute. Definitely gonna be looking forward to catching up with you guys as the season wanes on.
Yeah, man, and I'm just looking forward. I'm definitely gonna be doing some watch parties. I've already been in touch with Legends and also doing some in Maryland. So Trey, I know you're in Maryland. Need you to step out with us when we got it going.
Yeah, I saw y'all at the Wizards game the other day.
Yep.
I couldn't make that one, man. But I did, and I don't know if you've ever been to Orlando, but we did go to Orlando in the Knicks last Friday at their arena.
Okay.
And Knicks fans took over the place, man. So, that was a real cool experience to, go out and see them, play on that night.
Yeah. I mean, the Knicks are really becoming the arch nemesis across the league because we're taking over
for sure
a lot of arenas that we go to. You know what I mean? A team like Boston, Philly, it's going to be hard, but we're still going to have our presence will be there. Better believe that.
Oh, for sure. Oh, don't forget about the playoff game in Philly now. We took over that place.
Yeah. So. But hey, I'll be looking forward to it, Trey.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And wherever the watch party's at, man, I'll try to make it there. New York, Maryland, wherever.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I'm working on Clyde's right there in D.C., right next to Capital One.
Okay.
Looking, Clyde's.
Okay.
It's got the name.
Yeah,
Clyde's.
that's what's up.
Working on Clyde's. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I'm
We'll see how it goes.
Clyde's now.
Yeah, it's a nice spot.
Yep, it's a staple down there
is.
in that Chinatown district. It's a staple down there.
It is. It is. No doubt about it. But hey, Trey, appreciate you, bro. Happy New Year.
Yep, same to you, bro. Peace.
Yeah, peace. Kings said 2 pieces away, need a good 6-man and a rebounding big off the bench. I thought Huck Porty could be that with his motor. And listen, don't discount Huck Porty. Right? Maybe not this year he's not that because there's some defensive things that maybe he needs to work on, you know what I mean, to for him to get consistent playing time. But listen, the staff is working on him. You can guarantee it. They're working on him because pretty soon, one of these days, Mitch ain't gonna be here. I'm convinced of it. I want to see what it's like with this team, him coming off the bench, this and that. But I'm still convinced that one of these days Mitch ain't gonna be here, and Huck Porty could be the next guy stepping in. He's got the motor. You know what I mean? He's got the energy. He's active. Understanding the defensive positioning and just some things. He can block shots. Yeah. Understanding some things defensively is what, from what I understand, just from what I heard with Tom Thibodeau and stuff, that he needs some work there. Once that's cleaned up, you can definitely see Huck Porty out there on the floor. Especially, like you said, we need a good sixth man. I am in agreement with you, and that would really boost the bench. A good scoring sixth man, and Mitch may be the conduit to bring that sixth man in. You know what I mean? He may be the conduit. He may be the one. The contract. I think he makes $14 million this year. He may be the one that brings that guy in. You know what I'm saying? Kevin said, guarantee he won't be here much longer. I don't think he gets traded before the deadline, though. I agree. I don't think he's going to get traded before the deadline either. I think, Mitch might be here. Listen, I think this year, if I think he makes $14 million this year and then $12 million next year. You can get a little bit more for him this year, right? You can get a little bit more for him this year because of how much money he makes. But Huck Porty, I think they're working on Huck Porty, and he could be that next guy that steps in. But listen, Precious Achiuwa is playing great basketball for this team. You know what I mean? He's playing really good basketball. He's starting to show his athleticism. He's getting more confident, more comfortable out there on the floor. He's knowing his role. He's knowing his spot. He's knowing what he's there to do, and he's doing it at a high level. I love what Precious is bringing to the table. You know what I mean? And the Knicks got him at, they're not paying him that much money to give what he's giving. And so I'm impressed with Precious. He's giving us 5.5 points and 6.5 rebounds per game in the minutes that he plays for this basketball team. And he's only giving you 19. It's only 19 minutes a game. He's a good shot blocker. Tom Thibodeau trusts him. I definitely like what Precious gives to this team, which also says to me, though, it's hard for me to see Mitch and Precious on the floor at the same time. Right? So if you want another backup big, I think it has to be a big that can shoot the ball a little bit. It's too clunky with Mitch and Precious on the floor at the same time, or Huck Porty and Precious. Right? Precious is shooting a little bit from three. He's made a few. So far this season, he's shooting from the three-point line 41.7%, but he's shooting less than 1 3 per game. Right? So it's not like he's, shooting 3 times per game. Between those two positions, one of those two need to be able to spread the floor so you can have some spacing. So Mitch and Precious on the floor at the same time, to me, it's going to be clunky. It's going to be mad clunky, I think. So if we bring in another big man, you need someone who can spread the floor a little bit to make it work, to keep it smooth. D. Coolest said Precious working out with Mahmoud Abdul Rauf over the summer has paid off. Yeah, and Precious will continue to work. He's a worker. Tom Thibodeau likes those type of guys. He likes to bring in guys that want to work. And then there's the culture of this team that makes guys work and go out and do things like work with Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. I'm like butchering his name right now, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Abdul Rauf. Let me just say that. So yeah, Precious is still young. Their whole team is young, but Precious is still young. Kind of young. Love what he's given to us. Loved his the energy that he gives to us. The shot blocking, the rim protection. Obviously, Mitch would bring more of that. I'll be honest with you. I think the team in the front office I think they're kind of done with Mitch because of the injuries. I think it's kind of like this is your last go at it, and if you can't stay healthy, we're gonna do something. That's the way I see it with Mitch. It's the way I see. Player of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Who's the player of the game? Who's your player of the game? I mean, I think it's the quartet. I don't know if I have just one player of the game because these guys stepped up. It's the quartet, in my opinion. All four of those guys that really stepped up. Karl Anthony Towns, 31 points, 21 rebounds. Josh Hart, triple-double, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists. OG Anunoby, 22 points, 3 rebounds. Mikal Bridges, 27 points. Yeah, those are my players of the game. Those are my players of the game. You know what I mean? Even Campaign, with his 8 points and 9 assists. Players of the game. Because, they stepped up and they just, played a nice basketball game tonight. The next game, this Friday, against OKC, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a good basketball game. It should be a very good basketball game. OKC is deep. They use a lot of players. They got the best, the second best record in the league right now. They're young. They can get up and down the floor. They're dangerous. They're 27-5 on a 12-game win streak. They are dangerous. Very. You know what I mean? They're deep. They got players all over the board. SGA. The kid Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren. I mean, this is a team, and then they added pieces. Obviously, Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso, they added. This is a young team with a lot of players that can play basketball. They can score. They can play defense. This is one of the teams that you got to prove you can beat. Now, if this is going to be, if it's a tight game and the Knicks lose, all right, you get it. You know what I mean? But you got to show that you can compete at this level. It's a high level basketball team, and you got to prove that you can compete at this level. What scares me, and what always scares me, is when you've been playing subpar teams for so long, right? For so long, you may not be as sharp as you're looking against those teams. You start to find out when you play high-level teams. You know what I mean? You start to find out when you play high-level teams. So this is definitely going to be a litmus test for the Knicks against OKC. If we can go to OKC and get us a win against one of the top 2 teams in the league, you know what I mean? We're doing something. Go get that 10th win in a row. We're doing something. I see the question, OG or Mikal on SGA. I think you go with Mikal, first. Size, speed, I think they have, I don't want to say similar body types, but similar body size, right? Similar body size. So I think you go with Mikal. And then Kevin said Brunson will have his work cut out against SGA because he's a good defender. He is. That's why he's an All-NBA MVP level player, right? He is. He's a good defender. Obviously, he's very smooth offensively. You know what I mean? So Bridges will have his work cut out for him, and Brunson is going to have his work cut out for him. Now, the good thing, you might see Dortz on Brunson too, because they may not want to get SGA in foul trouble, and Dortz is a good defender as well. So it's going to be interesting to see the matchups out there on the floor. against OKC, how the Knicks match up and how OKC matches up against the Knicks. It's going to be a very interesting game. You know what I'm saying? Very interesting game. I've got to think about this game before I give any kind of prediction as far as if the Knicks are going to win or not. I got to think about it. I haven't watched OKC play a ton of games this season, so I want to go back and watch a couple half games here and there and think about it, because it's going to be a tough one. But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you for spending time with me. I'll definitely be on sometime on Friday, even if it's just for 10 minutes or 15 minutes to say, here's what I think about the game. Because like I said, I'll be on the road. I may, maybe me and Tony will do a show tomorrow night and just focus on this basketball game. Shout out to Kevin and Aunt Diaz, who are moderators in the channel now. Appreciate you guys for always being here. And there's a couple other people that I'm going to upgrade to moderator too. But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time. I'm up out of here. I will talk to you very soon. And be peaceful. Happy New Year. We out. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.